Panasonic, the leader in innovation, innovates every year, and this year is no different with their brand new line of compact mega zoom cameras. And Matt is here to introduce a brand new camera to us. What did you bring with you today?
Well, we brought our ZS25. It's funny because this category didn't exist in 2006 when we invented the compact mega zoom camera. See, if you wanted something with like a 10 times optical zoom, it was in the size of about an SLR camera. So we figured, hey, if people really love zoom, why don't we make it in pocketable size? That was our TZ1, and today we're now all the way up to our ZS25. So.
Which is a 20 zoom, right?
Yeah, we've doubled that zoom from 2006,
wow.
So it's now a 20 times optical zoom. And what's important to note is it starts at a 25 millimeter wide angle. That's great for that, shot at, at Easter when you got to fit everybody into the shot.
Yep.
You're not going to have to tear a wall out to get everybody into the shot.
Sure. Or hop on a ladder.
Yeah, exactly. And it goes all the way up to 480 millimeters, so it's got a long zoom as well, lots of reach.
And then what about the Leica optics?
Well, Leica is a name that you either know and you have a tremendous amount of respect for, or you think it's like an Italian sports car. Leica is a German optics manufacturer. They actually invented the 35 millimeter film format. In fact, they invented the film format that was used from the beginning of modern photography.
Wow.
So their optics are widely considered to be like the Bentley or the Rolls-Royce of lens design. So you're going to get incredibly high quality lenses when you buy this camera.
And also when you're looking for a camera, there are different sensors out there on the market today, and Panasonic chooses to go with the CMOS sensor. Can you tell our viewers the benefit of that?
Well, yeah, when we're dealing with a CMOS, a lot of people throw those terms around like everybody knows what they mean.
Sure.
You have CMOSs and you have CCDs, and CCDs are typically going to require a little more power to drive, and they tend to be a little less efficient at gathering light. So you need to have either a brighter lens or you have to shoot at what's called a slower shutter speed, which could give you some blurring. And they're a little slower to do their job. So we've switched to CMOS because of all those benefits. We can use them and have less grain in our photos. They gather more light because of their efficiency, and they're really fast. So I can do like 10-shot burst mode in this camera, or I can give you 1080 full HD video because of that CMOS sensor.
So in addition to the benefits of the CMOS sensor, how about for those of us that are a little bit shaky when holding a camera?
Yeah, well, I'm a little shaky all the time. So we've incorporated something called our Power OIS system. And when you incorporate our optical image stabilizer, which is what OIS stands for, we have little lenses in this camera. So as my hand shakes, these lenses are moving, opposing my handshake to stabilize the video, to stabilize my photos, so I have blur-free photography. Another thing that we've done, aside from Power OIS though, is we have a completely new lens coating system in this camera as well, called a nano surface coating, so that if I have a little shaky shot and I happen to have a bright light, sometimes you can get little circular lights that kind of come off of that. It's called a lens flare. By incorporating those nano surface coatings, we get rid of all that lens flare. So not only are you going to get blur-free photography, you're also going to have fewer lens flares at the same time.
Excellent. Now, a lot of us like to do more with our photos. As you know, there's a lot of websites out there that offer different filters, and so when choosing a compact camera, it shouldn't be any different. And Panasonic has included a lot of these filters within the camera.
Yeah, back in the days when we shot with film, if you wanted to do something like a cross-processed film that has more yellow or more red to it, you had to spend hours in a lab developing your photos. Digital photography has made that a lot easier, and so people had incorporated their photography into, using Paint Shop or Photoshop for their edits. Well, you don't have to do that today. We have a mode on our camera. It's a little palette that we call our creative filter effect.
Okay.
And on the creative filter effect mode, it gives you the ability to have up to 13 different creative effects. So we can do things like a one-point color, where I could go ahead and just isolate the color of your lips and have everything else be black and white. I have the toy camera effect, which is going to give me what's called heavy vignetting. That's a big nerd term, but what that means, I'm going to have dark surrounding my face, and it's just going to highlight my face. Or one of my favorite ones, it's just called our miniature effect. When I go and watch a football game, I buy the cheap seats way up at the top. What's great with the miniature effect is as I'm taking a picture of everybody on the field, everybody looks little tiny, tiny people, almost as if it's a stop animation that I'm shooting. So it gives a really cool photo effect, as well as an awesome video effect.
Very cool. So who would use the ZS25?
Well, anybody who is going on a trip or plans to travel, wants to carry something small and compact, it's still going to give them great photo quality. Certainly a big user for this. But frankly, people with an active lifestyle that want a lot of reach on the telephoto range, this is going to be their camera, no question.
Absolutely. And one of the things I wanted to tell our viewers is that Panasonic has teamed up with a company called iFi. iFi, if you're not familiar with them, they make Wi-Fi enabled SD cards. And so with every purchase of your ZS25, you're going to get a 4 gig iFi SD card, which allows you to wirelessly upload your photos directly from the camera to any Wi-Fi enabled device like your tablets, your smartphones, your Android, your iPhone, your Windows phone. And then that way you can instantly share. If you want to text it to someone, you want to upload to Facebook or Instagram, you can do that. So don't sacrifice image quality by taking pictures with your phones. Use the Panasonic Lumix ZS25 to do that, and you can do so with the iFi Wi-Fi card.
Yep.
So thank you for offering that to our customers.
Oh, no problem. We want them to get their pictures out of the camera and get them on their computer so they can use them.
Absolutely. Thank you. Okay, so this is the camera you got to check out. We've got the Panasonic Lumix ZS25 16.1 megapixel long zoom camera. It comes with a free 4 gig iFi SD card, and you can buy it today at Rakuten.com shopping.